Hello and welcome back to another video in the world of monster hunting. Now today is an interesting one, and as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about one of the elder dragons, and in fact it's this guy, the weird zombie looking thing, Vaal Hazak. Now despite me actually giving you the title easy farm, I'm not here to actually say or give you a tutorial on how to farm him easily. What I'm actually trying to portray across is just how easy he is to farm even in his tempered state, and this is possibly something that people should look into. Now at the end of this video I will be showing my build that I use for this. It's not 100%, I'm not that far into the whole grind yet, so do be nice with my build. And I also wish to portray that I am not the best monster hunter player out there. I have played a fair few of the other games. I do know the basic mechanics, I know quite a lot of the math put into the game, and I have a relatively good understanding, but I'm no pro. You're not going to see me speed running tempered elder dragons in like 2 minutes like I've seen a very large amount of people do. I'm just here to sort of give the casual players a little bit of a heads up from time to time, because let's face it, although we all do love to see some overpowered foolery going on in the world of Monster Hunter, but let's face it, we can't all do that. So if you're looking for just a bit more of a casual thing, hello. Anyway, on to what this video is actually about. So the first question we really need to ask is, why Vaal Hazak? And this is actually quite a simple one. From everyone I've spoken to, from people that are brand new to the game to a few of the veterans that are actually playing this, because there's no G rank yet, oh my god. But from pretty much near enough everyone I've spoken to, they have stated that Vaal Hazak, out of all the elder dragons, he's the easiest. So that's near enough the first topic over. Why is he the easiest? He's got like 2 ranged attacks, really. He's got a few different lunges, and he likes to play dead, which basically is, well, free shot. Cheers, big lad. He's quite easy to stun and knock back. He's got a few weird but interesting mechanics, but they don't really do much. And one of them, before I actually get too far into this, I want to point out I am using the Halberium blade, the Rathalos charge blade, and it does do fire damage. There is no Elder Seal. Why am I using this? Simply because I have noticed, and I've actually googled this and everything, and other people have noticed this, that when using Dragon, he doesn't actually take that much of a damage increase, but when you break a part and then you hit that broken part with Dragon damage, he takes a stupid amount of damage increase. However, the fire damage does seem to be a bit more of a stable damage increase, so I've gone for fire simply because it's just a bit more stable, and I do feel I've got a pretty decent fire charge blade build going on. Now, as I previously mentioned, I did say that he has a few interesting mechanics. The weird thing between Dragon and Fire is one of them. The other one is, I don't know what you'd actually call them really, the Elder Dragon power. His is an effluvial build-up. If you spend too long in that gas cloud around him, you basically end up being at 50% health. And if you get hit by his ranged attacks or some of his lunges, these will also give you the 50% health. And I don't mean by this will do flat out 50% of your health in damage. I mean it literally debuffs your health bar to 50% its current max. So you are literally fighting on half health. So if you've got a mill where you get your plus 50 health or whatever, you're fighting at essentially 75 health, because I believe the base is 100 or 50, whatever it is. So you're literally at half health, and this is easily countered, yes, by a nullberry, but it's not really something you want to be running around taking potions or something for, because it's not really needed, and you're just wasting time really, and you're opening yourself up, because while you're taking items you are in fact slowed, you're not attacking, and you're not really, well, you can dodge, but you're like wasting an item by doing that. So that is like his second mechanic, but this is easily countered by either 3 miasma gems somewhere on your equipment, or do what I'm doing, and I'm using some of the Vaal Hazak armor to help counteract this, and 1 miasma gem, I will admit, but it generally helps, along with the fact that one of these other weird mechanics is not really too weird. The cloud itself, regardless, even if you do have the maxed out effluvial build-up resistance, or miasma, whatever it's bloody well called, it still does a little bit of DOT to you over a prolonged period of time. One of the main reasons, yet again, that I've gone for the 3-piece of Vaal Hazak armor is because, well, 3 pieces basically give me constant recovery. I'm always healing, so that's handy. So now we move on to possibly the most important question of this video, and that's, why should you even care that Vaal Hazak is so easy? And in truth, the answer is, well, you actually don't have to. I'm just trying to help out, really. But the main reason is because really the actual end game, or the designed end game at the moment for Monster Hunter World, is farming tempered elder dragons to get warrior and hero streamstones for your desired weapon, or all of them. And just in case you're wondering, I have received none for my charge blades. I've got hammers and lances coming out of my arse, but I have received 0 axe streamstones for my charge blades, and this genuinely really upsets me. So, like I said, why should you care? Well, because of how easy he is, you're able to do them quite frequently and aggressively. You haven't really got to worry too much about failing, because honestly, if you're getting killed by Vaal Hazak, there's something desperately wrong. And I honestly do recommend you reevaluate how you've built your character with your weapon. But in general, the reason you should care is, like I said, he is just such an easy farm to get these stones. I mean, yes, it's all RNG, and you might not even get one anyway, and if you do get one, the chances are it's not going to be the one you're actually looking for. But due to the fact that he's so easy, I would say you've got a higher probability, because you're not going to fail, or you shouldn't be failing, and you can do them pretty darn quickly. I mean, this is what I'm fighting here, is a tempered Vaal Hazak. I'm doing it solo. As I've previously stated, I am not the best player at this game. I'm not a pro, so if I can solo a tempered Vaal Hazak, trust me, you can too. He's really easy, and if you are into trying to do the end game of this and grinding out your hero and warrior stones, as far as I can currently see at the moment, this genuinely is the way to go. Now, the only flaw to this is actually getting the tempered Vaal Hazak investigations, which is a bit of a nightmare. And at the moment, despite actually also having to do a little bit of research, the easiest way I can figure out how you do that is actually through Nergigante. Trying to join in, or if you have a few, do a few Nergigante tempered investigations. And because of where he moves around so much, he leaves quite a fair few footprints. When he does those dive bomb things, he leaves those weird spike things, or he can leave those weird spike things in the ground. You can pick all of these up to eventually get an investigation. However, it's random again as to what monster you will get. I mean, more often than not, I actually tend to get tempered Kirin, because the game knows that I'm sworn off Kirin. Hell no. After doing that tempered Kirin at HR 49 with substandard gear, oh my god, no. So, in essence, the reason you should care is because he's just that bloody darn easy to farm that you can actually reach that end game a little bit quicker. I have got so many of those streaming gleaming stones, or whatever they're bloody, or gleaming stream stones, just from doing tempered Vaal Hazak. It takes me about 15 minutes to solo him, and I don't really even play that aggressively. I'm actually quite a cautious player, because particularly on this one, because I don't even have a single feint. The first time I feint, that's it, game over, have a good day. So he's pretty darn easy. Now for the final topic of this video, and that is one you could probably completely ignore if you wanted, and that is, what should you use? Now obviously, me being the one doing the video and actually showing me soloing this, I do have my own recommendations, and I will be going over my full build at the end, but I'm just going to go over the base armor of, well, what I am wearing. Now I have the Damascus Beta chest and waist. The reason being, this gives you level 3 focus, which basically increases the rate in which you are able to charge your sword, as well as the fact that your charge attacks, your right click, as you just saw me do there, the animation and the charge time to even do that is also sped up, and it's sped up a fairly decent amount. It's not like a little bit sped up, it's genuinely sped up. There's some good stats on just using that alone. Now the other 3 pieces, the helmet, the gloves and the greaves, they are all Vaal Hazak Beta, and the reason I'm using Vaal Hazak Beta is, 1, more decoration slots as opposed to the alpha, 2, it does give me 2 points on effluvial resistance, so I've only got to use 1 slot for a miasma jewel, and there's my level 3, and ta-da, I'm immune to the effluvial stuff that this bastard leaks everywhere. And if you are pretty adept at dodging, you do also have a little bit of peak performance, which you could also gem for. Now I'm actually ignoring that because, as you can quite clearly see, and as I've stated, I'm no pro, so I'm going to get slapped about like a bitch. Now the way peak performance actually works is you basically need to try and remain at full health, and the moment you sort of get hit and you lose a little bit of health, you lose peak performance. And peak performance can be pretty handy because it does increase your damage, so you can hit that a little bit harder. Now once you've got all that, it is now down to you for the weapon. Now I'm saying now a lot, which is annoying. You could either go for what is largely considered to be the best charge blade in the game, which is the Diablos Tyrannus 2, or the Diablos tree with the charge blades. It does hit very hard, it can be quite immobile. Or you could go for something that does dragon damage with a high dragon seal, and perhaps if you're pretty darn good at dodging and getting out of the way of things, you could possibly skip the Vaal Hazak armor altogether. Or you could go with a fire weapon. Again, the fire doesn't actually give as much as a damage boost as potentially dragon does, but I do find dragon to be a bit twitchy depending on where it's hitting and if that part is broken, and there seems to be a lot going on with dragon damage versus Vaal Hazak, so I've just gone for a more stable option, which is fire, and I will recommend obviously fire, but if you're pretty good at breaking shit, by all means go for your dragon damage. An Elder Seal would be nice just to help get rid of the DOT, as well as the, oh congrats, you're now at 50% health, have a good day. So it is entirely up to you. Use the weapon class that you're most comfortable with, even if that is bow, dual blades, or heavy bowgun, my man, or light bowgun, you get in there. So it's really up to you on how you want to actually do it, but these are my suggestions. I will always recommend Charge Blade because for me Charge Blade is complete babe, I love it, and if I'm not using Charge Blade I'm generally using a heavy bowgun because, you know, I'm that pro. I'm not, I'm horrible. So that is essentially what I am using. Obviously a Charge Blade. I do recommend fire. Insect layers can be pretty good against him, and if you are skilled enough, I have seen people speedrun this things solo with a great sword in about 2.5 minutes. And if you've got a fair few tempered Vaal Hazak investigations lined up, well, you're getting through them so quick. So it really is entirely up to you how you want to go, and it all depends on your competency with that weapon. I do recommend that if you are unable to solo it purely because of damage, like you're not struggling defensively, you're not taking a lot of damage, but you're not dealing enough damage at the same time, just try a different weapon. Like, seriously, try a different weapon. I don't know why, but the one weapon I would actually suggest not using against Vaal Hazak would be something like a longsword, because I don't know, I've seen people use a longsword against him, and it's just like they very rarely hit, or at least from what I have seen. I might just be catching all the idiots, I don't know. But I do also have some very, very good news for you people. As you can see here, hell yes, boom, Warrior Streamstone for my axe. I finally have one. Problem is I now need a bloody another one, which is fucking annoying. Rightio, on to my actual complete build. Here you can see I am using Vaal Hazak Beta helmet, Damascus Mail Beta, Vaal Hazak Bracers Beta, Damascus Coil Beta, Vaal Hazak Greaves Beta. I also am using a Handicraft Charm 2, Vitality Mantle and a Health Booster. Charm wise, I'll leave up to you. To be honest, I quite like Handicraft. I am really, really wanting to get Artillery. I do have an Artillery Charm. I'm wanting it as a decoration so I can put it in the armour and put it on other armours and not have to rely on the Charm all the time. And as for the tools, such as Vitality Mantle and Health Booster, that's up to you. The Rocksteady Mantle is a really good one to go if you're wanting. It also negates roars because I'm not using earplugs. And here you can see my full set of skills. I have Defense Boost level 5 because I'm not pro enough to not take a hit, so I've gone for a little bit of defense. Fire Attack level 4, which I'm wanting to get to level 5, obviously. Focus at level 3. Bloody good, as you can probably tell. If Flee of Your Resistance is at level 3, I've gone over this several times. Handicraft is at level 2. I'm wanting to get that to level 3 once I get the next piece that I need. And Divine Blessing, which is just there just to help out. And Artillery, obviously, at level 1. I've got that there to remind myself that I desperately need to get more artillery decorations from that RNG beast. But he's not giving them up. So that is pretty much my complete build with the stats. And here you can see also that I do have the Vaal Hazak Vitality. So that's the build I've gone for. I do find him pretty darn easy. I average about 15 minutes each time. And that is essentially why I believe Vaal Hazak should be your go-to end game Elder Dragon tempered farming monster machine to get all the good shit that you so deserve, because you've made it past that tempered Kirin finally. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I love you lots. Catch you pretty darn soon, and don't die, it's bad for the health.